Hey everyone, this is Alan over at iillusionist.com. I promised everybody a review of the Arrcos, so we're going to do those. I'm going to kind of go over some of the things that are unique about this deck, and then some of the things that are similar to other decks you may have handled. They're very interesting, so let's get started. Alright, now these are the Arrcos. I know this is I always find this part boring every review I've ever seen, but I'm going to add it anyway for completeness and for the convention. If you take a look at the box here, pretty standard. Got the name, the spade on the front, kind of remnant of bicycle playing cards. Okay, you have the side here where it says United States Playing Card Company, Cincinnati, Ohio, etc., which not only will they no longer say this, but they're not going to make these anymore. So if you can find these, pick them up, because they will be collector's items. There's the bottom, U.S. Regulations 501. They call it that because it's the last 3 digits in the serial number. And plastic coated playing cards. Something that I needed to note about this that I promised also I would talk about was what plastic coated means. I'll get to that in another video. But make sure you check out that too. That's the cards, okay? Standard box, short leaf there, instead of the long leaves that I used to see a couple of years ago, like 2001 through 2003 for the bicycles. This is a pretty good looking deck of cards. You've seen Dan and Dave use these, and for good reason. One thing that I was surprised by when I actually got these in my hand was how actually more detailed they are than they appear on camera. I'm going to bring these up as close as I can to the camera. So you can see there's far more detail than down here where you don't get to see a lot of that. It kind of flows together. When I saw the Dan and Dave videos when they were using these, I didn't realize the actual level of detail on the backs. They handle real well. The edges were very smooth. They ferrule wonderfully. I'm going to show you this here. Absolutely wonderfully. They have moderate to good spring to them. Not bad. I think they're a little bit more springy than, say, your bicycle playing cards, but not much more. The major difference between these and a bicycle playing card is, one, how smooth the edges are. They're remarkably smooth. Feel great. Another thing is that the finish, even though I know it's a linen finish or it's an air cushion finish, they feel a little bit more crisp. I can't explain it. It's something that you have to feel for yourself. You'll notice that the edges, the white border around the card, are a little bit more evenly cut than you normally find on a bicycle playing card, than the regular rider backs. And also it's a bit wider, just a little bit, you can see. And so this makes it interesting in fans, for instance. You have a little bit more of a white fan. You can see the nice staccato kind of look there. And in great fans, I haven't broken these in very much, so they may not grate fan for me as well as I'd like. Let's take a look at it. That's a terrible grate fan. It's kind of a bad name for it. But you can see the kind of staccato, how the white bars kind of break that up real nicely and give it an interesting look. Another thing that I want to mention is the faces. The court cards and just actually all the pips in general, they're actually more remnant of stud playing cards by Walgreens. They have an old world, they didn't get a facelift with all the rest of the cards like Tally-Ho and Bicycle. They still got the old world kind of look to them. And they're very cool, I like them a lot. Make these feel like a more, I'd sit here pretending I'm having a conversation with Di Vernon or something, or Ed Marlowe, somebody that would have used these cards. Wonderful deck of cards, feel great. I'll show you one other thing here. Diamonds are obviously fatter looking than you would find on a bicycle playing card. I'll show you the spade here and the jokers. The jokers, pretty simple, nothing too fancy. I actually prefer that, as well as with the spade here. I'll kind of upside down for you. It's nothing fancy. It's not, layers upon layers and masks of design by a graphic artist. It's a pretty simple ace of spades. And you know what? There is beauty in simplicity. You know, you don't have to have something, make something too convoluted or trying to do too much, and then it just ends up confusing and being just, it muddles up, is what it does, at least in my opinion. The more direct and simple it is, the better they look, because this is just a regular deck of playing cards. They have a gorgeous look to them, gorgeous feel, but they're a regular deck of playing cards, you know, and that's what I kind of like. I don't have, like, I'm not down on anybody, but I think the Ghost deck's Ace of Spades is absolutely gorgeous. There's so much work and love put into that design, but I think it would look better as maybe a tattoo than as an Ace of Spades. Just my personal opinion. I know a lot of you will disagree with me there, but that's my feeling on it. I like a simpler spade, simpler designs, at least with that. Backs, as complex as they are, they simplify themselves really well. Everything kind of marries into itself and does not give you a headache, which is nice. But all in all, nice deck of cards. They come in red and blue like all your other decks. You can get them from Ace King and Cardwell, but I'd recommend Ace King. They do a lot of great work. John over there, he'll take good care of you guys. Make sure you check it out. If you see this video, please rate, comment, subscribe. And also, if you saw this on the webpage, check out illusionist.com.